Saxon ring. Pecco Bagnaia starts from pole position ahead of the World Championship leader.
Ring reluctantly relinquishing his throw. He will be crowned our race winner at the end of 30 physically and mentally demanding laps. Our last winner in 2009. Ducati, who have 6 bikes in the top 8 on the grass and stand on the top step of the podium. This is going to be a real difficult Grand Prix. The hottest months for the reigning world champion. Dominant performance last time out to win in Bus. Grueling heat at the Saxon ring. Red flag. German Grand Prix here in MotoGP. It is go. Great launch from pole position by Ducati's Pecco Bagnaia. Fabio Quartararo in P1.
Aleix Espargaro got a very good start. He was almost up alongside Quartararo and Bagnaia into turn 1. Zarco
Side of Bagnaia toughed it out on the brakes in the first corner, just like he did in Barcelona 2 weeks ago. This is what he needs. Clear track in front of him to avoid problems. This World Championship are slugging it out early on here in the Saxon ring.
This could be a key moment of the race then for Pecco Bagnaia. He'll get a good slingshot here down to in 8th position. He's dropped 2 places into 10th. He's just behind Taka Nakagami. Maverick Vinales is getting aggressive there up the inside of Luca Marini.
Black wide. Quartararo is the lead. Here comes Bagnaia though, attacking over the crest. Tricky downhill braking zone to the first corner. You've got to be inch perfect here.
Real statement of intent from Fabio Quartararo. The door was open. Pecco Bagnaia was more than happy to charge through, but Quartararo held that tight to line and was able to get back up.
It'll be all about managing it in those final 5 or 6 laps of Fabio Quartararo, and he'll be wary. Can't really push too hard for fear of that rear tyre deteriorating pretty dramatically underneath him. 1-11. Ivan Needlestuff from Zarco. He's on the podium places now in P3.
Aleix Espargaro just had to play the long game there. He had to let that one. Fabio Di Gianantonio. Jack Miller had also passed him earlier on in that lap. You can see the indicator on the left-hand side of your screen next to Jack Miller's name. That indicates his long lap penalty. He's
in this Grand Prix. Bagnaia at the moment to slip 4 tenths behind Quartararo on this 3rd lap.
You feel if it's going to have a particular advantage, it's going to be in these early position as the fastest lap to Fabio Quartararo, a 1:21.5, 4 tenths quicker than his chasing Ducati rival Bagnaia.
Down, and surely that is World Championship hopes extinguished. Point adrift in the World Championship. Surely that is game over.
Nowhere near each other on the racetrack, so that's clearly 2 separate. Is he a little bit wide? He is a tad wide. He tries to bring around. It's a long way around the corner that gives way.
And that doesn't when we've got track conditions over 50 degrees. Yellow flags are out everywhere. Miller comes into the long lap penalty. Alex Rins didn't even make the start of this grid. Darren Binder now has gone down as well at turn 13. That's why the yellow flags were out. The 4th time already in 2022. Makes a big mistake, and surely now his championship hopes have completely on a Sunday. That's the difference over the last 18 months between Fabio Quartararo and Pecco Bagnaia in particular.
The bull by the horns and took the lead early. He won that early battle on the brakes with Bagnaia into.
Let's have a listen then. Yeah, the rear just comes out. You could just hear him. It is over for poor old Pecco.
Well, a few French wishes are coming true here, aren't they? Fabio Quartararo leads this in the closing stage of this Grand Prix. That Quartararo is one of just 2 riders in this top 4. It's Vinales.
Rivalry between Quartararo and Bagnaia. In the last 13 Grand Prix now, Bagnaia's had 5 DNFs. Taka Nakagami, his teammate Alan's in a row here in the Saxon ring with that mercurial Marc Marquez. Their lone representation now in this Grand Prix, full-time rider-wise, is Polisbar.
In a pretty decent position, but he's got a good start. He's taken advantage of some of the chaos up ahead of him, with one Ducati crashing out and the Quartararo in the lead. So we could see another Aprilia podium on the way in 22 laps.
Finish of the former Moto3 World Champion's career. His career was saved by Aprilia. Of course, after the Saxon, we went straight to Fabio Quartararo right now, on course for back-to-back wins, back-to-back dominant wins here in MotoGP. Simon Di Antonio, who started 5th, is indeed having a fantastic ride at the moment. He is infringement in FP4 yesterday.
Yeah, the race pace is already starting to drop off a little bit. There's a battle further backwards advantage, which is not the kind of advantage you enjoyed at this stage of the Catalan Grand Prix. It's only 1.3 seconds. Zarco doing it.
One question here for Maverick Vinales fans might just be over that medium rear tyre that he chose. Will it be hanging in there? 122 flat. Keeps his advantage over Joan Zarco to 1.2 seconds. Aleix Espargaro then 1.6 seconds further back. His prime mission at the from Vinales as they drop down to the Waldman curve on lap number 11 here in Germany.
Vinales is the quicker of these two Aprilias at the moment. He was a couple of tenths faster on the last lap than Aleix Espargaro. Espargaro, laps of this Grand Prix, it's so important with so many different corners around this racetrack. 30 laps of this.
11 straight wins he's taken here in 3 World Championship classes. But it looks like quite podium finishers. When they were in a group, the problems that they had keeping temperature and pressure down in the group, and Aleix Espargaro directly ahead of him.
So the fastest rider on the track last time around was Johann Zarco in second place. Quartararo does not have this
Reappearance in the World Championship, so he's got a lot of experience, and you know operations of Aprilia and his teammate directly ahead of him. He'll want that podium. A check on Morbidelli again, he's down in 14th place. He's just taken Dovizioso actually for that 14th spot.
To the second quicker at this stage of lap 15 of 30. Simon, down to you for some quick thoughts.
Yeah, just seen there, just out of your picture, coming out of the Queckenberg corner, powering up now to 5th gear. His MotoGP bike's only reached just over 3.5 to his name here in Germany, crashing when he lost the rear, tapping the power back in the early station there by Force Suzuki. Technical director Ken Kawauchi in the background there, Livio Supo as well. It's going to be nil fire again of Aleix Espargaro. This is turning into a pretty fascinating fight for the final place on the podium. It's still advantage Ponio, putting up a rousing fight for a first top 6 finish in MotoGP. Keep in mind,
flag zone caused by the rider at the front of this queue, Aleix Espargaro, who crashed in free practice 4 into turn 13.
As that cost him a chance of a first Aprilia podium. A first podium, nearly a full 2.396. That's the slowest lap of his race so far by the standing start, but he's still increased.
And he's now down to 10th.
Yeah, Vinales into turn number 8. You could see there. I just wonder, is the rear ride height device?
Yeah, there you go. Look at him, having a good look at the rear of the bike.
I thought I could see him as he got down the bottom of the hill into the Saxon curve. He was trying to be really hard. Look at that. Look how low that Aprilia is. That's like a chopper, isn't it?
Todd Brad Binder have a problem not too dissimilar to that in the wet race in Indonesia, but because the Ducati team, which has been his home for the last couple of seasons, and a podium finish is just up the road.
To go here to defend the hard-charging Jack Miller. It looks like just a matter of time, doesn't it, for the Aussie to sweep on through.
Now in that battle, Oliveira's 2.6 seconds further back. He's running in a lonely 9th position at the moment. Enea Bastianini past Gian Antonio, and Gian Antonio takes a good look to his right, and he sees the KTM of Brad Binder.
World Championship, weren't they, back in the day? Martin then, Gian Antonio, just wonder with that lack of experience.
If it was the device that triggers the rear ride height device, or
8 laps to go, and here comes Jack Miller. He's leaving his braking ultra late on the front end. That's not going to work out, is it? Did this weekend a real big whack to his left rib cage. He felt like it was going to be a tough race. I'm sure Simon Crayford will be trying to find out this rider.
Yeah, he was running down in 14th position just prior to that pitting. Here's Luca Marini then coming past Jorge Martin. What a good run.
What's staring in the face of them right now? Stefan Bradl is
on target as it stands for his 3rd victory of the 2022 season to extend. Should be able to manage that from here. So Johann Zarco doesn't look an immediate threat at the moment in second place. Pace though is Marini. Look at Marini on the number 10 coming through the frame. He just did a 1:22.5. He's the fastest rider on track by a mile.
In the top 10, to be fair to him. He might rescue a 10th place here today, but he's nearly 22 seconds. They've got no chance of reeling in Miguel Oliveira in 9th. Oliveira, of course, was the man second to Marc Marquez here 12 months ago.
This is then the battle for 3rd position. We're into the final 5 laps then of this Grand Prix. Jack Miller now back in.
And failed, as Lewis mentioned. Turn 1 seems to be his preferred pick.
And if Jack Miller continues to get stuck behind, keep an eye there in the background. The black and yellow VR46 Ducati of Marini. He's
for the 2nd time in 2 weeks. He's running away with this World Championship as well, isn't he, right now? Zarco in a very safe and secure 2nd, ahead of him. 6 tenths quicker than Quartararo as well. The man who's leading this Grand,
in my opinion.
Yeah, thanks for that update then, Simon. It's painful to ride that Honda right now, painful to watch. And Jack Miller there in the background on the number 10 bike. Valentino Rossi's brother, Luca Marini. Valentino coming late on with a charge here for the podium.
Yeah, Marini once again in the 1:22s. Last time
they'll be desperate to hang on to this podium now, having been released by the factory Ducati team at the down then on the front 10. Yeah, Aleix Espargaro's running in too hot, isn't he? He's done really well actually to stop him halfway around the Saxon Ring lap. Has he got anything left in the locker to maybe get back?
22.9 for Jack Miller. He's the only rider on track at the moment in the 1:22s, as Aleix Espargaro's position might be the best that the VR46 rider can expect in the final lap and a half.
This side more Points going the way of the factory Yamaha team and this young man, the 23-year-old from, he's in the Sachsenring sunshine now then, for Fabio Quartararo. Halfway around this final lap, it will be another French 1-2 in Moto.
Of Jack Miller up ahead of him. Miller's got half a second in his pocket over Aleix Espargaro.
Wins the German Grand Prix in MotoGP in 2022. He leads home a French 1-2 here. He took third late on from Aleix Espargaro. He comes over the line in fourth here, of I'm sure delighted Monster Energy Yamaha team manager Maya Marigali with Simon.
Yes,